Yo, good evening, good people. Y'all know what time it is, baby. It's AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. And you have the super team of sports talk here with y'all. On one half of it, Diego Barishnikov, the Black Dominican Russian. Here checking in, as always, with my main man, my partner in crime, the 6 foot and under post-up champ. Man, tell these people who you are.
What's good people? It's your boy Uncle Hate, the other A in AA Sports, broadcasting live here on a Wednesday. Man, that load management, basically 2 weeks off, was a win. What's up?
Man, everything is good. Everything is good. People, we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. It's episode 179. We're going to get into some AFC East talk tonight. We got a little bit of basketball as well. Been a pretty active offseason in the NBA. So got a few things to touch on there toward the end of the show. But as always, y'all know how we start this thing off. Uncle Hate is going to bless us with something like the news segment and give us some. We done had 2 weeks off, so I'm pretty sure he got some doozies for us tonight.
Yeah, well, before I get into that, we'd like to thank you all for listening, watching, and just being here, rocking with us. We're getting better. We're moving forward. We appreciate y'all. So let's get on into it. This is a local story. A Cobb County teacher was fired the other day from Campbell High School. Her name was Tashawa Tamil Baker. She was fired because she went to her son's elementary school and made a terroristic threat. She told them that, well, her son was basically, he's in the 3rd grade. He was up to be promoted to skip the 4th to go to the 5th with a special program. She told his teacher if her son didn't make that program, she was going to blow the school up. Now, I'm sure she said this in jest, but the teacher took it the other way and reported it, and the young lady got fired. People, terroristic threats are real. Teachers should not go around saying they're going to blow up schools. That's just not a good look all the way around. So,
nah, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, do better with that one. All right, quick one. All you unlicensed or unauthorized cannabis shops in California, they are out there doing sweeps and raids. $30 million in weed has been confiscated from unlicensed shops. So do your job, get your paperwork situated. The government's working with you now, allowing you to sell it. But, it can't be a shop that ain't initiated out here selling that stuff. So
that's crazy because I saw, was it Toronto? It was either Toronto or another city in the U.S. But the local government, I think it was, had went so far as to I think they targeted one particular shop brand because they had like a few stores or dispensaries around the city. They put like these 2-ton cinder blocks in front of all of these storefronts.
Dang.
So that they couldn't get in the door, right? And so customers was lined up. They had no way to get in, no way to sell the product. They figured they shut their business down, right? Nah, the owner hired his own equipment, forklift or whatever, had the block removed.
Wow.
Business back booming.
Wow. Y'all got to do better. All right. Y'all keep what's her name? Griggs from The Wire. Y'all keep her in your prayers. She got locked up the other day on Sunday. She was riding around with a friend and had cocaine in the car. Riding around expired tags, under the influence. Yeah, she had that booger sugar in her purse, and they locked her up.
Wow. You said the chick that played Griggs, right?
Played Griggs, yeah. Keep her in your prayers, y'all. We'll leave it from there. All right, did you hear this story about this school in the Pennsylvania district where they had sent parents letters saying because the lunch balances weren't paid, they was thinking about reporting these kids to defects to get them taken?
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter, but I didn't read the story.
Yeah, so basically they were going after the parents because some of these kids was going to school and had lunch money balances. And they had stated that they were not doing their jobs as parents because the kids was coming to school hungry, didn't have money, blase, blase. And they mentioned going after the kids. This is beyond some sucker shit here. at some point, I'm assuming they're talking about it. I think Bernie Sanders mentioned that, free lunch for kids going forward. But here's
Right.
the kick with this situation. A guy named Todd Carmichael, he's a CEO and founder of a coffee shop up in Philly, offered to pay the bread.
Right.
And the president of the school board said, nah, the parents got it. $20,000 this cat offered to give y'all. But yet y'all still want to go after the parents? And
Right.
what sense that make?
They let you know it ain't about the money. They just want to intentionally harm the parents. And that's pretty fucking whack. And I'm pretty sure that this is in a black or minority neighborhood. There's no doubt in my mind about that.
Yeah, that's real suckerish right there. All right, let me run through these last few. People in Tennessee, please disregard the tweet that the Tennessee Police Department put out there in regards to meth gators. There is no such thing as a meth gator. This tweet was in regards to, they were saying that people, when y'all flush your drugs down the toilet, it's getting let off in the swamp, and that's creating meth gators. Well, yeah, people was out there like, oh my God, is there such thing as a meth gator? No, there is no such thing. The police department said that was a joke, and they put this out there to be funny. There's no such thing as that. So chill out, people. Chill out.
Did this come on the heels of them trying to get some clout, or I think it's clout what the young people say, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Some attention off of our boy D's nuts, the meth squirrel, the meth attack squirrel.
One thing I'm noticing with these stories, yeah, I believe it's that. But one thing I'm noticing, the police and their Twitter accounts be real reckless nowadays. Just saying whatever the hell they want. But yeah, folks was in a tizzy about that. There is no such thing as a meth gator. So chill out. That ain't the case. Another story in regards to meth up there in West Virginia. People, stop using wasp repellent as synthetic meth. Stop it. Yeah, people want to get high something serious nowadays. If you're inhaling wasp repellent, now the police put a story out about that. They said, the first and second time, you'll survive, you'll be cool. But that third time that shit hit your body, you ain't gonna be able to handle it. Then you're gonna overdose and die. Folks is wild, fam. They are wild as all outdoors.
It's like people just can't smoke weed.
No.
Or even if you want to do a little sugar booger, that's all. That's you. That's all good too. But all of these hybrid drugs and all this extreme shit just to get high and higher and higher and higher. How high do you fucking need to be?
Yeah, that's scary high. All right, it's a dumbass in California, Richard Orcutt, 62 years old, mailed his neighbors hate crime letters telling them that he was going to kill them and y'all need to move out the neighborhood, blase, blase. Well, now you're locked up and they're probably going to keep you in jail for a minute. 14 years is what he's facing. You're going to mail your neighbors letters saying you're going to kill them and they need to move in today's society. I think we said it one time before on this show. If you want to be racist, that's cool. Hey, whatever. But you don't need to be sending letters, sending tweets, doing stuff online, because you're either going to get fired or get locked up, one or the other. Just feel it in your heart and go on about your life. You got to let the world know that you hate people. It's not working out for y'all. It's not.
46 minus 1 got them feeling themselves.
Man, boy, does he. All right, this one's for you. All right, how old is I know how old he is, but young Diego, how old is he right now today?
He is 4.
Okay. Would you teach him to swim by throwing him in the ocean?
In the ocean? Nah.
In the ocean, fam.
Nah, not the ocean.
Okay. What's this gentleman's name? John Bloodsworth, 37 years old at Daytona Beach, got locked up over this past weekend because he threw his 5-year-old son in the ocean for him to figure out how to swim. Now, people out there at the pier watching, and his son's flailing in the water because he's 5, don't know how to damn swim. So the police come get the child out the water, and they come lock him up. And homie tells the people he got locked up for being awesome. Everybody don't need to have kids. Everybody don't.
And I'm sure DFAX was right behind the police.
Yeah, he was good and drunk. But you throw a 5-year-old child off a pier for him to figure out how to swim.
That's stupid. Was it when we was on last time, did you have a story about the dude that was dangling the child over the cruise ship and dropped it? Like the grandpa.
Granddaddy dropped the little boy.
What the fuck is wrong with these people, man? Y'all stupid.
People wild. All right, that's done. Let's get to this last one. You sent me this one. Kwame Jarrell Ford. This is a finesse guy. Yeah, this is a finesse guy out of Decatur, Georgia. He basically finessed some athletes and some rappers by going into their Apple accounts. He sent them requests for their passwords and logins, something in regards to an update or something that need to be done. And these dumbasses sent their information. Well, he you go on Apple because they got to have your credit card information so they can charge you every month. He gets people's credit card information and starts balling. I know these cats are rich. Rich don't equal smart, people. It don't. Right. Y'all got to move different. What's this payment amount? He has to pay back, I think, almost $700,000 in regards to this. But this isn't smart, like at all. You get a random email. I ain't just sending information just because somebody sent me something in my email. There is such thing as spam and people who are trying to rip you off. But, athletes, rappers, do better.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
Very stupid. And
is that the word for today? Stupid.
Yeah, it's a lot of stupid. I had another story. We ain't got time for it, but some dude basically, he caught his wife cheating with the neighbor a year ago, and he caught the neighbor, pulled him in his own crib, cut his dick off.
Oh,
you're gonna go to jail.
Yeah,
that's flawed because that's your neighbor. You wave at this cat every day, like, "What's good?" He's like, "I know what's good."
A good ass whooping, yeah. But for one, I'm not touching another man's dick.
No, absolutely.
I'm not doing that. So, yeah, that's that. And as a grown ass man, did he knock him out or something? Because how do you let somebody?
Because he was wide awake. The dude was in his crib. He tied him up in his bedroom. The guy's kids is in the other room. Tied him up, cut his dick off, ran out the house with his dick.
Wow,
that's crazy. You know that was in Florida, right? Florida has some wild shit, boy.
That right there takes the cake.
Yes, sir. All right, we ain't been on here in a long time, so we got a lot of work.
That reminds me of a you know what? I don't even know if that was real or not, but I saw a story on Twitter, as a matter of fact. Some dude had wrote this long letter saying that his wife, he works a lot out of town on business, right? And so he's in and out of town a lot for business. So he got a call from his brother one day saying, "Hey, dude, I think I recognize your house in a couple of porn videos." And he's like, man, stop fucking with me. I ain't got time to play. What do you want? Why are you calling me? Right? He's like, nah, no bullshit, bro. I'm gonna send you a couple of links and you need to check this shit out. This looks like the inside of your crib. So he checked it out. And lo and behold, they had moved a couple things around or whatever and, put a couple of props up. But lo and behold, it was his fucking crib. So he confronts his wife about it and she tried to lie about it at first. And, until he went to the spot in the room where the porn camera was pointed and stood in the same spot and showed her that everything matched up exactly, she finally went ahead and confessed to it. Now, apparently she has been getting paid a lot of money from doing this.
Was she in the movies or she just let the crib go?
She ain't in the movie. She just renting out the crib for $5-10 grand at a time.
And they ain't said shit to him?
Ain't said shit to him, stacking the money on the low.
Wow.
Stacking the money on the low. So, of course, now dude's like, so where are you doing all this?
Right.
She ain't even home. She said most of the time she's not there. She just let them have free reign to the house. So he's like, so people been fucking on my couch and they've been fucking in our bed? What the hell is going on? Yeah.
He needs a black light to run through the crib to see everything.
Yeah. That was like, hell no. And she hiding the money. Hey, dog, she getting ready to peel out on you.
Yeah, she about to roll. She about to roll. All right, you ready to get to work?
Yeah, man. Speaking of rolling, man, let's roll on to what we here for. Football time, baby. Some teams went to training camp already. Most of the teams will be there by the end of the week. Matter of fact, all the teams will be there by the end of the week. But some rookies are already there and what have you. We are going to break down each and every division here on AA Sports. Tonight, we're going to be starting off. I think we start off with this division every year because
they keep winning. So
it's the weakest, and it's the least interesting, or the least amount of suspense.
yeah.
And that's the AFC East. We got the Patriots, New York Jets, Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins. Who, if any of these three teams, can challenge the Patriots for the division crown? Because at some point, it's got to happen, right? At some point, Tom Brady's got to fall off that cliff we've been thinking he's gonna fall off for about 5 years now, and the shit ain't happened. What you got for me?
Well, in the process of doing the homework on this and working on it, I was looking at Buffalo. I didn't realize their defense was that good last year.
Yeah, they had good defense.
I didn't know it was number 2 though. That's a good defense.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had no idea, but yeah, their total defense, they were ranked 23rd. They were first in passing defense, 16th in rushing. Now, they didn't get a lot of sacks. They only had 36 sacks, but if you got a solid defense, then you got to look at the offensive side of it. So I think it falls back on White Cam. Well, that was his rookie year. We were calling him White Cam. Is he Josh Allen at this point? I mean, he kind of balled last year.
He did better than I expected him to.
Me too.
Yeah. He's gained. He actually gained a little bit of respect for me.
So he can have his name. So he's Josh Allen. He ain't White Cam no more.
He can have his name until further notice.
Okay.
Now, what was you saying before that about the
Their defense was solid this year.
The defense. Now with them being 6-10 and them being ranked number 2 in defense, yes, that means there's offensive problems across the board last year, which goes without saying. But also too, I think what that also tells by the number of sacks that you said or lack thereof.
Yeah,
they're not closing these games.
No,
they're not closing these games. So that's going to be something to look out for as far as growth on that defense this year. But of course, I think a lot of this sits in the offense's lap as far as how far they actually go.
Now they brought Beasley Bear in, MC Beasley Bear. They brought John Brown, 2 little dudes. One's fast and gets hurt all the time. The other one's just small and can rap. I don't really see what they did to help the offense. They brought old ass Frank Gore in, Hall of Famer Frank Gore. I don't see what they did to help this offense.
Yeah, this is year 15 for Frank Gore. So you have them here there already with Shady, and they got a third back too.
They drafted a couple of cats. They had what's that boy always get hurt, lad? He always gets hurt. He was with Jacksonville with the dreads. Always gets hurt.
No, they got TJ Yeldon too. That's what I'm thinking about.
They picked up Yeldon, but it was another cat who was with Jacksonville. Chris Ivory. He was there. I think they cut him. I think.
Oh, okay. Is he good for about
5-6 games?
I was going to say 3 or 4 probably at this point. A little bit of fantasy talk. He good for a waiver wire pickup 1 week on a bye week and get you 122 touchdowns. No, I'm saying, but no, he'll do that before he's before people pick him up. People pick him up and then he won't do shit else for the rest of the year.
Because his hamstrings he got the worst hamstrings like in the league.
He seems old to me, but I bet you he probably
ain't even 32.
27?
Probably around that age. He just seemed like he'd been around a long time. He done spend most of that time on the IR. But Zay Jones is their number 1. And we're talking Zay Jones, who got naked last year and almost jumped out of a window in a hotel. I mean, but he bounced back with 56 balls, 652 yards, and 7 touchdowns. But this is like, okay, I don't want to say they're the second best team. Let's jump to the Jets because I don't think they've done enough with their offense. You got a solid defense. Josh Allen had a much better season than I thought he would. They were 6th.
We giving record predictions, or are we gonna wait to the end?
Wait to the end on that.
All right.
They were 6th in penalties. That doesn't help at all. So let's jump to the New York Jets because I personally think the Miami Dolphins are going to be the worst team in this division. Personally.
Absolutely.
So we can save them for last. The Jets. They spent a whole lot of money this offseason. Whole lot of money. And they should be better, but I'm not sure they are going to be better. When your offense is ranked 29th last year and your defense is 25th and you had a rookie quarterback, you're rebuilding. But they brought in a lot of cats. They brought in Lev Bell. They brought in C.J. Mosley. They drafted Quinnen Williams, Jamison Crowder. I think they should have did more to the wide receivers. I mean, Robbie Anderson can run a go route, but have you seen him run anything else besides that?
I can't say that I watched a lot of Jets games last year, but I think Jamison Crowder will definitely help. Of course, we expect Lev Bell to make a big impact. So I think they've added. I ain't gonna say enough as if they're set on offense, but I think they've added a couple of key pieces that can at least make them serviceable, so to speak, and at least try to get to a 8-8, maybe 9-win mark, maybe.
Yeah. What'd they go last year?
Darnold's development is going to be is going to be key. They were 4-12 last year.
They're 4-12, so they should get to 6-10, maybe.
I mean, shit, bare minimum. If they only win 6 games with some of the money that they've spent and everything, then they was it C.J. Mosley?
Yeah, they got Mosley. They paid him real money.
Yeah, like a lot of real money.
Yeah.
They should be able to win more than 6 games as far as how they look on paper, I think. But
yeah, because it's on paper at this point. Their offensive line is coming in. The ranking is 28th. Lev, you ain't in Pittsburgh no more, fam.
Yeah.
That's a big. Now, as far as with Crowder, Enunwa, ain't he the slot guy?
They've moved him around a lot. He started out kind of as mostly a slot guy. Then with the lack of weapons they had, I think it was last year, they moved him and he was playing outside a lot. He's pretty versatile. I'll say that.
Yeah, solid player.
Yeah, he'll still be solid. So, like I said, they've got some. They don't have any household names at wideout, but they've got some serviceable players. But typically, I say this, especially with a young quarterback, you need at least like one top 15, top 20 receiver, in my opinion.
I don't even know who's at tight end. They picked up a dude yesterday, the dude from the Texans, Ryan Griffin. I want to say he got drunk and showed his ass this summer, so he might be out a game or two to start the season off. But it's going to depend on Sam Darnold. You just said it, and that's the truth. Sam Darnold last year, 13 games, threw 58%, under 3,000 yards, 15 interceptions. That has to come down. But at the same time, he can't be sacked 30 times. That can't happen for your young quarterback, and things are supposed to stay good. That can't happen. So,
right. And even with the 15 picks, I mean, yeah, that's got to come down, but that ain't like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's like one a game essentially if you look at it that way. Ain't bad.
That's like a decent season for Eli. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, that's true. That's a decent season because Eli normally around the dub. So
exactly.
And I guess the main thing we're skipping over with this, there's a new man in charge with the Jets. I mean, he's all the way in charge.
Yes, Mr. Adam Gase. I was not a believer of him coming into Miami. He showed us nothing while he was at Miami, pretty much. And yet he gets a new job. I mean, he had a new job within days, I believe.
Hey, cuz it's a benefit to being friends with Peyton Manning. When Peyton making them calls for you, that shit works out.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
And then
of course, shit. I ain't seen nothing.
And then he comes right in and moves the GM right on out the door. So
and that's real suckerish. They let that cat run the draft, like do all that homework, travel around the country watching players, and they fired him a couple weeks after the draft.
It's really sad to see a city like New York have so many dysfunctional fucking professional teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's really sad to see.
Major media market, and it is not looking good for them right now.
I mean, you got the Yankees. They gonna hold they on no matter what because they can buy whatever the fuck they want, pretty much.
Right.
But
Right.
them damn Knicks, them damn Jets, them damn Giants now. Giants didn't used to be in this category, but they have moved themselves there the last couple of years.
Yeah, they got a nice spot there. Your
Yeah.
giveaway takeaway net should not be a -10. So if y'all fix that, things might go a little bit better going forward. But I I think both of us said the same thing last year about Darnold coming out. We weren't 100% convinced. I mean, the interceptions, that's kind of how he moved at USC. That nothing different. He didn't have help last year. I don't know who the offensive coordinator is. I think the defense will be better because what's that dude's name? Greg from the Saints.
Greg Williams.
Greg Williams is there, and regardless of what you say about him, defenses get better when he gets there. So they should be better next year. They absolutely should be better. Let's
if Quentin Williams, turns out to be anything what he's projected to be, that's going to be even better for them on the defense. Now, of course, you got to get that contract signed. He's still unsigned.
Yeah. Still got Jamal Adams back there. He's a solid player. And, if y'all can block a little bit better, you got Lev Bell. You got Lev. So we definitely going to see.
I'm about to say another thing with the Jets, and then we'll get to record predictions later. But, with that all of them brought in, and especially with Lev Bell and his mixtapes and his videos. If y'all haven't seen the recent Lev Bell rap video, please go to his.
I ain't seen the rap video. It was funny.
I sent it to the chat.
Okay, I gotta pull it.
Yeah. Please check that out. Hilarious. It ain't really. I'm trying to think. Was it an official video?
Random question. Real random. Is he better than Cole Beasley?
Yeah. Oh, rapping. Boy, I'm going to say, what the hell is wrong with you? Is he better than Beasley Bear? I think he's better than Beasley Bear. But Beasley Bear ain't bad. In the context of athletes, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. They right there, though. I mean, it's all garbage, but at the same time, I can't do it.
Beasley shit wasn't that bad. I can't flex. It really wasn't that bad.
After I said it wasn't, I was like, okay, is it really not that bad? Or has music just gone so far downhill that if you hear anything halfway decent, you say, okay, that's pretty, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
There you go. All right, let's jump in these Miami Dolphins. Okay. I don't know what to start with them. The Miami Dolphins traded for what's his name? Josh Rosen. I like that. They did not have anything situated at quarterback. We kind of knew last year that Tannehill had one of them funny money deals where it seemed like a lot of money, but it really wasn't. So we kind of saw that coming. When Gase left, you bring in a new coach. He ain't tied to the quarterback. That's just the way things go. But then before they traded for Josh Rosen, they signed Fitzmagic, which from all reports, he's winning the camp battle at quarterback. You got to throw Rosen on the field. You can't start Ryan Fitzpatrick at this point. You need to see what you have in Josh Rosen, right?
I would think so, but you also have no, this is the perfect time to actually do it because you got a new coach.
They're at that weird place, aren't they? It's like they don't want to say they're rebuilding. They want to say they're winning games, but you're not good enough either way. So you're right there in that gray area.
Right.
You got to see what you have in him. You have to.
And I can't even really call it a rebuild because typically when you rebuild, that means you've been good at some point recently.
They ain't been good since Dan Marino.
So I can't
70 years old probably. They ain't been good since he left.
I can't call it a rebuild. Never built shit. But well, you know what? They had some decent years, and Jason Taylor,
they really ain't been
Zach Thomas, Chad Pennington.
9-6 at best. First round exit, maybe.
Yeah,
you know that ain't in the same division with the Patriots. So shit, if Brady been there 15, 16 years, when the last time they were good?
Because I was about to say, I think they won the division that year. Brady got hurt. And
the outlier year. Yeah.
I think that was. I think they won the division that year. And that's been the only division anybody other than the Patriots have won it. But yeah, man, the what is that guy's name though?
Brian Flores.
Brian Flores.
Yeah.
Now, you know, you know how they do the brothers when it comes to coaching. You ain't got 5-6 years to figure this shit out. You got 3 tops.
3 is being generous. You really got 2.
Shit, 1 if you get in the wrong situation like Steve Wilkes did.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got to win games.
And his shit's even more fucked because he ain't got a quarterback. So you coming in to a dumpster fire off top with no clear cut. We got a future because we keep hearing they're gonna tank for Tua. He won't make 3 years if that's the case.
The Dolphins are gonna tank for Tua.
That's they were that was out there before the draft last year, and then they turn around and Arizona was basically giving away Josh Rosen.
I was gonna say maybe they got Rosen now. That probably would change. And my advice would be to any team, don't tank for Tua.
Yeah, be careful. Like
don't
for real.
Don't tank for Tua. We'll get into that later in another episode when we get to some college football talk. But don't tank for Tua.
No, sir.
But Miami, they've got Kenyon Drake. I think he's a nice piece. I can't think of the guy's name they got at receiver.
Kenny Stills. Devontae Parker ain't been shit.
Yeah, he's gone, right? I think
he's still there. He's still there. I had a list on here NFL.com had for make or break players, but I took it off because that was kind of redundant. But yeah, he's still there. They gave him like an extension last year. So he's there. I think this is the year they can get rid of him. Or they picked up his 5th year, one or the other.
Okay, I got you. So, last year he was banged up a lot. I was expecting more out of him last year, but he's banged up, so he does stay hurt a lot. He's a slender guy. So if he can stay on the field this year, it's time for him to piss or get off the pot.
Kenyon Drake should be better with Gore gone. He should be, because Gore ate up a lot of his work last year.
Yeah, in the 173 touches that Kenyon Drake got last year, he had 1,012 yards and 9 touchdowns.
So you got 156 carries by Gore that are available. Mm-hmm. So, you should try to go from there. Amendola's gone. Kenny Stills is another one of those go route only characters. Only.
Now we talk about the offense. Not Steve Wilkes. Flores is a defensive guy, right? Who's running this offense?
Yeah, he came from the Patriots, and I want to say he called the defense last year.
Right. So who's the offensive coordinator in Miami?
That's a good question.
Okay.
They brought what's his name? Jim Caldwell was there as a special assistant, but he left for health reasons. So I don't know who. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, end of the day, I'm not expecting Miami to make any noise in this division at all.
How many games they won? Hell, they won 7 games last year. God, I should have pulled up who they beat. We know they caught the Patriots slipping late, but who else they beat? So,
good question.
That's kind of like Arizona last year when they won. They went like 7-9, 8-8, and I was like, okay, how the hell they win all them games? They figured it out. So
they are in this division.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
They could have beat Buffalo. Yeah, a few times.
Buffalo was only 6-10. We know they got the Patriots one time. Who else in this division?
Jets.
The Jets. Yeah. So there you go.
You can mess around and get to 7 games, catch a few suckers slipping, but let's get to the champs. Okay. How long Brady been there?
I don't know, since like 96. I don't know.
Okay, Brady's been there a long time. And I know I've been waiting. I think you mentioned as well. You've been waiting. They have not fell off yet. He's still there. They won the Super Bowl last year. Averaged 27 points a game. Defense was only ranked 21st. But Gronk's gone. So are we expecting the offense to step back a little bit? Hell, it's like he played last year, but he wasn't really there. To me,
yeah, the offense wasn't. It hadn't been explosive really in a couple of years.
27 points is good considering they were pedestrian in most cases.
Well, yeah, that's true, but
they probably put them 27 up against division only.
we know they beat the Chiefs. in playoffs. So when playoffs come around, they morph into a different team.
They were 5-1 in division, 8-4 in conference. So yeah, they got caught slipping that one time. Otherwise, they'd have went 6-0. But please tell me, homie, at what point is Brady gonna fall off this cliff?
Well, speaking of Brady falling off cliff, I do want to give him a sucker and an L for damn near yanking his daughter's arm out of fucking socket, jumping off that
She
damn
was
cliff.
6 years old, and you jump off
Like,
a damn cliff.
yeah, that was not smart at all. Because he said 1, 2, 3 and jump. She wasn't necessarily ready to
She
jump.
wasn't ready.
He just
No.
kind of pulled her.
No.
No, that could have went left because if she don't jump all the way out far enough, she goes straight down into them rocks. Then what?
Yeah.
You know.
D-
But anyway,
D-Backs would have flew their ass over there to Brazil, wherever he was, and seen about him.
But anyway, not to get off topic. I don't think he until it actually happens. I'm done predicting it because
We got to stop. You're right.
You just end up holding the L every time. But
now let's be clear. Playoffs last year, he was not the reason they won. He wasn't good in them playoffs at all. He's a game manager, really, at this point. I mean, and I don't blame him. You use your pieces. They ran the ball. They threw when they had to, but it's not like he's sitting there throwing blowout numbers. They're doing what they need to do to win the game. They're leaning on the running game at this point.
That's true, and it's true that they're not getting blowout numbers, but and unless again we gotta go back to that Kansas City game, and unless that was somebody else playing quarterback that brought them back and tied the game in the fourth, I believe.
Kansas City dropped that interception and should have won the game. They would have lost then. It was a couple of throws.
I mean, that's true, but even that one play, I mean, the drive that lead. I mean, we had 4 offsides or whatever, but I think there was enough there. Yeah, he ain't what he was, but he's still good enough.
Yeah, I mean, he's not world beater time, but they're doing enough, and he's spreading it around. I mean, that's what you should do. He's what 42. That's what you should do.
And with that offense, I should have saved it and had it for the show. It was an analytical stat, actually, but it actually makes a lot of sense in regards to how he is able to keep going on. He's got the quickest release time out of anybody in the league. That ball snap is coming out.
Yeah,
he ain't sitting back there all fucking day.
He ain't taking no hits.
So he's getting the ball out, and that's another reason why they ain't really the explosive offense, because he's not sitting back there 5 and 7 step dropping like when he had Randy Moss and some of them other deep cats, waiting to launch the ball deep down the field. They doing a lot of dinking and dunking, a lot of screening, a lot of hitting Edelman. So I think they'll continue that. Now, you absolutely right. What's going to happen without Gronk? Because without Gronk, just Gronk's presence.
Yeah, I was about to say the presence is what it is.
In the middle of the field is what, to me, makes Julian Edelman go. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard enough to cover one dude underneath. You can't cover 2 underneath. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be key now that Gronk is out of the picture.
You think he's gone, or we might see him later on?
Who, Gronk?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah, he done stopped taking them roids. He done got small again. You see how they be deflating when they get out that league? Boy, he's small as hell now. But yeah, young cat, he took his punishment. I mean, I think he got 2 playing and 1 just there. He got his 3 rings. What's the point?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, man, walk away while you can. It's crazy how it's happening. I said it. Well, I posed a question. I ain't gonna say I predicted it, but I posed a question. Remember when Patrick Willis retired?
Yeah.
I was like, are we gonna start seeing big name players walk away early?
I mean, if you winning like that and got real money, why not?
Yeah, now in Gronk's case, I can get it, but you got other cats. You got Telvin Smith in Jacksonville, 27, 28. Now he said he's got some personal issues or things that he needs to iron out within his life, which is why he's stepping away for this year.
Yeah.
I guess that's a little bit different than just feeling, hey, I'm just gonna retire.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of cats that's like, you know what? Hey, this ain't it.
Nah. I mean, you think Gronk came in hurt? I mean, he dropped to what, 3rd or 4th round because his back was messed up coming out of college. So
Yeah.
He got it how he lived for that time. Got him some Super Bowls. He's gonna make money off the field. He's a character, so
Yeah.
why not leave now?
And that's another thing too is that these cats, you still got some that blow and waste their money, but you got cats that you got cats that are actually having a lot of off-field interest, doing things, investing outside of football, and just wanting to really get to the next second stage or whatever career, what they want to do.
Right.
They're using the NFL to fund that, and then they moving on. So, with the concussion and the CTE stuff and all of that going on, and how a lot of these guys don't know their names, can't tie their shoes, can't get out of bed when they 50 years old, and that's not old.
That's not.
I know you in your 20s, you like 50, but trust me, if somebody 40, 50 ain't nowhere near old.
It's around the corner.
And it's a shame that you got cats in that kind of condition. And at this point, if you are denying that football and the hits to the head are playing a part in this, I don't know what to tell you.
No, that's real. That's really real. But think about Gronk probably can make real bread off club appearances. He could take cruises and make real money. He's good.
That Gronk cruise was lit. They heard. I said,
right.
Too much yak.
Vegas. He can do a residency at a hotel, just partying. Yeah, it's a whole lot of revenue streams. And he ain't got to deal with somebody telling him to go to bed and you can't go party. So
I mean, his back may not let him do it, and a lot of the injuries that he's had over his NFL career may not let him do it. But he can go make a shitload of money in WWE.
Yeah, he did I think he did WrestleMania a couple years ago. He just pulled up on him. Okay. So yeah, he can make the bread. It's out there. But yeah, we're gonna see with that. All right, you got anything else on this division? I don't got anything. Well, New England gonna do what they do. Sony Michel's back. They still got James White.
It was a player that got drafted that I meant to mention when we mentioned the team, but Ed Oliver, Buffalo. Yeah. I'm interested to see what he do, because he came into last year's college season as what they projected supposed to be the number one pick. But he had an injury, set out a couple games. He had a little sideline incident with the coach. And he still went like top 10, top 15.
He went 9 to Buffalo.
Okay, so I'm interested to see what he brings to, like you said, was already great. Number 2 ranked defense last year.
Number 2, yeah.
I would like to see what he brings and see if he can help them get those sack numbers up.
New England ranked 29th in penalties with only 33 for the whole damn season.
They only had 33 penalties the whole year?
33 penalties the entire season. Talk about discipline. The damn Dolphins had 108.
I say 70% discipline, 30% refs.
Yeah, that's true. They do be looking out for them, though.
Looking out. Now, I want to. You may not have them right there. I wouldn't really expect you to. But I would like to see the numbers of the flag thrown from the other team thrown against them, against the Patriots. Yeah. I would like to see those numbers, and I'm pretty sure that the Patriots are at the top of that list as far as opponents' flags.
Yeah, I can see that very well. All right, let's get to the end of this. Bold prediction for this division. What you got? If you got one.
I mean, if we're gonna go bold, I'm just gonna go all the way. The Patriots do fall off of that cliff, or at least come back to the pack enough that the Jets squeak out the division by a game.
I can see that. I was gonna lean that way with them getting there. I can't speak on those other two teams, so yeah, that's a bold one for me as well. Jets find a way to at least make the playoffs, but yeah, that was that one. All right, biggest disappointment from this division. What you got? It can be a player, whatever.
That would be contradictory. I say I would stick with the Jets and Le'Veon, because
that could go left.
All this shit that he putting out here, if he fall, you know what I'm saying, holding out a year, you get your money. You're doing a lot of talking. You're doing a lot of rapping.
That could go left.
They talking about his weight, and I see he put out a video like, ain't no 260 here. I'm ready to go. So, we're going to see. Other than that, I'll say Buffalo and Josh Allen. Instead of going back in the upward direction, it would be a disappointment if he were to take a step back. You know, especially again, they're not world beater weapons, but they're a little bit better weapons than what they had last year. And again, running back by committee, that'll help keep the back that they have fresh. If they take a step back, especially with the defense that they have, I think that would be a disappointment.
All right, division winner. I am going with New England, of course.
Yeah, okay. Since we off the ball prediction, I'm gonna go with the Patriots to win the division too. That's just.
Yeah, I mean it's not a lot with this division. It's like you got them and everybody else.
Yeah, so, like outside, only thing is gonna change is probably a Tom Brady injury.
That's it.
Or if Father Time finally knock on that door and said, "Come here, young man."
That's maybe not even a Tom Brady injury, offensive line injury. If the line goes left and he starts getting his jersey dirty, that'll change everything. Like you said, he gets that ball out fast, but he has a little bit of time back there. You know.
Now, and speaking of their line, now that I think about it, I want to say the left tackle is gone because he had. Matter of fact, I know he's gone.
Trey Flowers. Is it Trey Flowers or the other one?
Trent Brown.
Trey Brown. Yeah, Flowers is the DN. Yeah.
Trey Brown. Came from 49ers, played group, didn't do shit for us, played one good year last year with the Patriots and got a big deal. I can't remember, but he's elsewhere.
He's with the Raiders.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's a little bit of shuffling of the offensive line. So we'll
they get Isaiah Wynn back though, because remember he got hurt coming into last season. The cat from Georgia.
From Georgia.
Yeah, he tore his ACL in camp.
Yeah, he didn't play at all last year.
He didn't play at all. So they was able to say thank you, but no thank you on that $60 million that Oakland had for that castaway that they got for next to nothing. So,
Wynn is a guard though. He's not a tackle.
Who the hell they gonna play at left tackle? Somebody.
I forget who they picked up.
Plug and play. All right. We went through the AFC East. Let's tie up a few NFL stories. I meant to start this earlier, but we went straight into the division. Remaining offseason storylines. We have come to camp, and Dallas is still sitting there with contract extensions facing them for Zach. I said Zach. Jesus Christ, tequila. Dak, Zeke, and Amari Cooper. Who gets paid first? Who gets paid second? Who don't get no money at all this offseason?
Zeke ain't getting paid.
Okay, so he's last.
Yeah, he's not getting paid. Dak is gonna get his bread. Amari's gonna get his bread second.
Okay, well that solves that. Remaining NFL free agents, we got Jay Ajayi. Dez Bryant's out there, but he's coming off an Achilles. Morris Claiborne, Eric Berry, Trey Boston, and Michael Crabtree. I believe that move Dallas made yesterday, getting rid of Allen Hurns, that's Eric Berry's money. I'm not happy about it. That's probably his money. That 5.5 that they saved. Right. I can see because I keep hearing either y'all or Dallas for Eric Berry.
Oh, really?
One or the other. So I'm not pleased about that, but because I wanted him to come to Carolina. We need a safety, but Jay Ajayi, I read right before we went on, he got cleared for contact. The running back market. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later, but man, it ain't sweet. It ain't sweet out there for these cats toting the rock. It's really not.
But Ajayi would be a good pickup for somebody. Probably someone $2-3 million range.
Somebody can use him definitely. He that injury pretty much knocked him out of the whole I'm about to get a real bag range.
He had an ACL, right?
ACL.
Okay. I'm about to say, would that be we just talked about Dallas and Zeke not getting paid, and we know he's talking about holding out. Would that be a decent insurance policy?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I would say Gurley, Green Bay. I don't care for Jamal Williams. Adam Jones is the number one, but he'll get a job. He was solid. He was solid in Miami. He was solid for Philly before he got hurt.
I think the way, like you said, the way running backs get nicked up, There'll be a spot for him somewhere to play, like, a backup role or come in and get 10, 12 touches.
You think Dez gets a job this year?
I don't think so. Has he been cleared? Is he good?
Dez just got hurt. That was late in the season, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
and that's an Achilles.
Middle, it's like November. Middle end. Yeah. Nah, I can't see it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Morris Claiborne's a starting corner somewhere. I tweeted out to Carolina today, Eric Berry, Trey Boston, bring one of them home. Crabtree. I saw somebody say Green Bay for him.
What does Green Bay have outside of Devontae Adams?
You got young. Randall Cobb's in Dallas.
Yeah, he gone. I'm saying Randall Cobb gone, which is probably why Allen Hurns got cut too. I can't think of what they have right now.
What's that dude's name?
Do they still have Janis?
He's gone. Some cat named Valdez Scantlin. They got a lot of young cats. They got a lot of youngins. So, speaking of Green Bay, you see that they cut Daniels today? I think that's his name, the defensive tackle. Cut him like the day before camp started. He was a Pro Bowler in 17.
Wow.
Cold world, man. Cold world. So we're going to see where that goes. Let's talk about the big story from last week. Boy, this was a surprise. I believe it was Friday. Word hit the street that Tyreek Hill was not going to get any games suspension with the Chiefs and got welcomed back. Man, y'all keep talking about this policy in regards to player conduct.
Right.
How ain't he catch not one game when he told the girl, you need to be afraid of me?
Right.
How does he not catch one game?
Now I will say this about the conduct policy. We've said for years and years and years that the way Roger Goodell disciplined was, I guess, unfair, or he was overreacting in a lot of situations. Yeah. So over the last really couple of years, there's been a couple of incidents you'd be like, really? That's all the games that he got? But maybe there's some adjusting going on in trying to keep these guys on the field if possible.
Shit, the only problem tired of them damn lawsuits too.
The only problem is well, that was really just Zeke.
It seemed like somebody else did that shit too. You probably Zeke, probably just Zeke.
And the NFL is making billions of dollars. They ain't sweating no money going to a couple hearings. But the only problem with, even if they're trying to do better as far as maybe not being as strict, you beated your chest so hard on being tough in every regard, and we don't need the law to convict you to do what we do, that it makes you look kind of stupid now when you're not, you know what I'm saying, especially in a situation like this. I thought, because even after reading all of the evidence or what have you, come to find out, I don't think he broke the kid's arm.
No, I don't believe that either.
They've got doctors on record saying that the broken arm was consistent with a child falling. And, at that age, their bones and everything are not developed, so it could have very easily happened, which makes sense considering that when the incident happened, the cops did not charge anybody.
Right.
With anything. With that said, I think there was still enough there with that tape. Now, they said the tape was doctored and she pieced it together. But
and she sounded like she was leading him on that tape, trying to get him to say some fuckery.
But at the end of the day, that shit came out of his mouth. You need to be scared of me too, bitch.
Right.
So I thought it was enough there to sit him down for at least a couple of games.
Right.
Just to say, if anything, hey, man, you came into the league with these type of domestic issues.
Right.
Here you go again, and it's with the same young lady. The two of y'all need to get y'all shit together.
Right.
And I thought just sitting him down for that amount.
2 games would have been feasible. I'm surprised he didn't catch 2.
I'm surprised he didn't catch that myself.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I will say, because I don't like to see players get suspended. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, I'm a little disappointed in NFL.
Yeah.
For not doing something.
Especially with everything that was going on in regards to domestic violence, that was a big thing. I mean, it's not about the child, but homie threatened her, told her she should be afraid of him, and y'all didn't give him a game, not one.
Exactly. And you were just criticized a few years ago when Greg Hardy threw a chick on the bed with AKs and ARs and threatened her, and then you let him really kind of back into the league. You know,
that kicker for the Giants. Remember, he was beating his wife.
Right.
So yeah, I thought he would have called at least 2 games, but I guess domestic violence isn't the hot take calls at this moment that they're not jumping on, because he should have called some games behind that, at least 2.
Yeah, and that's all people really want. Consistency.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just be consistent. Stop suspending guys over bullshit. And when shit actually happens, hey, make sure you sit their ass down. You suspending players left and right for weed. I know the drug policy is a whole different animal or whatever, but just think about you given cats 4 games for testing for some weed.
Right.
And this dude can threaten a woman, the mother of his child, and this ain't the first incident.
No.
And walk away scot-free. And guess what?
Get a bag.
He's about to get the bag. Tell me where this shit makes any sense.
Yeah, how does that work out in NFL? What did Andy Reid and the Chiefs say? Hey, we're satisfied with this. We're good, which means they about to pay him. So,
Exactly.
So we're gonna see where that goes with them. These camp holdouts. Who goes back to camp first?
Melvin Gordon.
You think so?
He got 2 years left on his deal.
He got. Is it 2?
He got 2.
He's in the 5th year of the rookie deal, but they could franchise him another 2 or 3. He has no leverage, like none.
I don't know who his advisors are. He needs to take his ass away.
He's one of them cats who was sitting there watching. Hey, dog, look what Lev did. I'm gonna do the same thing. Wrong.
Somebody forgot to tell him. Lev didn't sign his tender, so he wasn't technically under contract, which means he didn't get fined every day for not being at camp. You are home.
Yeah, so
you are under contract. You're gonna lose money
contract.
if you are not there.
You got shitty knees. You under contract, and you see the GM came out like, "Hey man, we ain't got no hard feelings. We got cats here who want to work because they know you got to show up by week 10, one or the other. You got to."
And I didn't realize, because I didn't put Melvin Gordon in that, Zeke, Todd, Gurley.
Right outside of that, right?
I would put him right outside of that, but I didn't realize that, there's been a lot of talk about his yards per touch or yards per carry has been under 4 the whole time he's been there.
He wasn't good till last year, really.
So, dude, you like you just said, he has 0 leverage. You just need to come to work, man.
I be wishing sometimes. I love sports. Sometimes I just be wishing I could be that fly on the wall when these agents be talking that bullshit in these dudes' ears. Who's telling him this shit's gonna work? 2 years? This is San Diego, cuz. San Diego. Vincent Jackson was a Pro Bowler, all pro. And they let him sit for 10 games.
Now, the difference there, and he ain't there no more, and I wish he was there now.
Mm-hmm.
AJ, the old GM.
Yep.
AJ didn't play that. AJ would call your bluff. He did not play that bullshit.
A whole lot if you want to. So you think he's gonna be first? Trent Williams. I think he has a legit reason because he's upset about the medical staff too. He said they misdiagnosed something on his head, some type of growth or something. This cat Yannick from Jacksonville. Did you read that they wanted to make him the 4th highest paid DN? He turned that shit down.
Turned it down. He turned down like 18 or 19 a year, I believe. 19 and a half.
Again, who's giving this guy this information?
Now, the only thing I can think of, even though that was the per year average, I didn't see what the guarantees that they were offering were, but they did say it was a short term deal, not a long term. So I'm thinking it might have been 19, a year, but only 2 years maybe, or 3 years max. So maybe that's why he rejected it, because he's looking, for some more security long term. So maybe that's it. But he's gonna have to play his way into it this year.
Clowney will show up around Labor Day.
When they first game?
You know, the season started around Labor Day, the week after or so.
That's right. That Thursday after Labor Day, I give him whatever that he'll get a full week of practice in. He'll get a full week.
He'll show up on Lev's mandatory report day with Pittsburgh. Lev was showing up Labor Day every year.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, Clowney got tagged. He ain't signed that tag, has he?
He signed that tag. He'll sign it after Labor Day. So
maybe.
Yeah.
I was about to say. Hey man, we talk about precedents being set, and it's a copycat league. All of these leagues copycat. You get one player to do it and it work out. Somebody gonna try it too.
Yeah.
Maybe
Clowney tries. Show up by week 10, you get credited for a whole year.
Yeah.
And hell, he might show up week 10, say his hamstring hurt. He's still there. He just injured.
Hey man, that's kind of my thing. I'm showing up. I'm probably gonna show up for work, and
I'm hurt.
I'm just gonna get on the bike.
What we used to say, be in the weight room. I'm about to drop these weights, dog. Say I got hurt.
I'm on the side on the bike. Hey dog, my hamstring tight. But I'm here. Yeah.
Hey, I have all my shit on, all my texting shit on. I'm here though. So, all right, let's run through these.
Wristbands, everything. But I'm here.
All right, Michael Thomas reportedly turned down 18.5 a year from the Saints. I kind of understand that. I kind of get it.
I absolutely understand that. And anybody saying, "Hey, what you turned?" Michael Thomas is a bad motherfucker.
He young. AB is at 18. I think Odell's at like 18. Mm-hmm. He's young. You're going to have years with him. 20. Go ahead and hand him the 20 so Julio can get 20, 21. Just hand it to him. You ain't got no choice. Just hand it to him.
None. Because there's no way in hell. You look at Michael Thomas last season. Who was the Saints' number 2 receiver?
Well, they had Ginn for a little bit.
He was hurt for a good portion of the season.
Alvin Kamara probably. Let's just say Kamara.
Okay. So they had no receivers, really no tight end. They had come in and do gadget plays here and there.
Yeah.
But no matter was it a double team or not, you couldn't stop this man.
I thought I had his numbers in front of me. I don't, but yeah.
And now you put your boy from Funches.
He's in
No, he didn't go to the Saints. Who did the Saints? The Saints picked up somebody.
They picked up somebody. I can't remember who. They picked up somebody.
Whoever they picked up. Now it's going to take a little bit of pressure and a little bit of coverage away from Michael Thomas. So he's going to beast even more.
Yeah. They ain't got no choice. I mean, now let me ask you this. If you're Thomas, I mean, are you banking on Drew Brees being there? Or you like, okay, I'm good with Teddy? Would you take a 3-year deal? They don't do that player option shit in the NFL, do they?
Hell no. Nah.
I come at them with that 1-and-1, cuz.
No, they don't do that player option shit in the NFL. 1-and-1 in the NFL is a franchise tag. You know. And that's a little – that's now that I think about it, that's maybe a little bit of his attempted leverage because he knows if he gets – they ain't going to tag him because if they tag him, it's going to be more, 20. I think.
Yeah,
it'd probably be more.
19, 20.
Yeah. So he's got a little bit left. He'll get his money.
They're going to pay him.
I don't see them dragging that out over $1.5 million.
All right. The Falcons re-signed Grady Jarrett, took him off the tag, and they paid Deion Jones. And they assured Julio Jones that his deal is on the way. I ain't got no doubts with that. They're going to pay Julio. He showed up to camp. I don't believe he's going to get 3,000 yards. That sounds cute, but no. So
I need to hear that sound bite because I'm like, he had to be joking.
Yeah, I mean, he's saying, I'm about to go crazy this year. You don't know what might happen. I might get 3,000. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I know that new Madden is coming out. Patrick Mahomes on the cover, so maybe he was talking about that.
Yeah, but yeah.
I want to see how they structure it. That's going to be my thing with the Julio deal. How are they going to structure it? Now, my assumption is going to be it's got to be a large signing bonus and a lot of upfront money.
Yeah,
because if you get Matt there and you know what Matt making, okay. Right. You just paid Deion Jones, and then they got some other cats to pay as well.
Deion O'Neal's coming up. They got some cats to pay, but it's like you said, it's probably gonna be that large signing bonus, to say they did it and go from there. But they ain't got no worries. He's there. They got Julio. What else we got? All right, is Odell Beckham at some point gonna stop talking about the Giants?
You talking about, was it a GQ interview? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't put none of the quotes on there. I mean, he said
Actually,
he felt disrespected by the trade, and he
right.
was the show, and he might not be wrong about that, but
It's more the
you got
same.
some part to play in that too, though, homie. He has to look at himself in the mirror with some of this.
I mean, yeah, but I'm not really taking anything away from these comments because it's not as if somebody stuck a microphone in his face last week and he said this. It's not like he's like still talking about it. This interview was done back around the time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying there's a magazine article. So, this is just coming to publication now, which is why people are talking about it again.
Probably 2-3 months ago.
It was back around the time where he initially made the comments the first time. That was about this, really the same shit.
Are you talking about that interview he did? He shitted on Eli with Wayne sitting there?
With Wayne sitting there with Josina Anderson.
Okay.
Article, this was done
early in the season last year, so okay, gotcha.
Well, no. This was after the trade. I'm saying earlier in the off season.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty much more of the same. It's just not coming out, so it's being refreshed or whatever, bring it back up. But
I got what he was saying though about they didn't have the heart to sit and talk to him. Hey, that's Dave Gettleman. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
so I get that. So I mean, you got your bag and they traded you. I mean,
yeah, and I get where you're coming from a little bit as well. And I ain't read the article, but I can imagine how I would feel some kind of way if you done gave me $100 million, and then now you know what I'm saying, now you shitting on me, now you got shit to say, or I'm out here playing football, busting my ass with a quarterback that can't get the ball more than 20 yards down the fucking field.
Nope.
All right. We got a stud running back, but because the quarterback can get the ball 20 yards on the field, he's looking at a stacked box all the time, and he's still beasting, by the way.
Right.
This defense ain't shit.
At all. Well, can we shit on the defense when they traded the stars away?
I can shit on them when they paid, before they traded them and got rid of everybody, they paid them all that money.
Yeah, them cats did suck the year before last. they like quit.
So, I'm out here busting my ass. Yeah, I had a problem with a kicking net. Yeah, me and Josh Norman got into it. So fucking
that
what?
Was like 2-3 years ago.
I'm just saying.
Talking about that. They shouldn't.
I'm just saying the incidents that people like to bring up with Odell are really, to me, not anything, or at the very least, very minor.
You know the funny thing about these players that the media targets and says they're distractions? You never hear their teammates saying they don't like playing with them. Not one.
Never.
You never hear that shit. So.
Outside of Donovan McNabb, and we know that he had to lock up with Hugh Douglas at some point. Who else didn't like T.O.?
Yeah, that's it. You never hear that. Ever hear it, but we about to talk about this cat in a minute, Westbrook. I ain't heard one dude, KD done took his people done took shots. But the ones that they say are so polarizing, you never hear their teammates say they don't like to play with them, which is amazing to me. So in today's society, when there's a microphone always in your face, these cats have ample opportunity to load a clip and start to spray, and they don't. So,
it's just once they peg you, you know what I'm saying, and they want to make the narrative about this. I mean, that media thing is powerful, man.
Yeah, it changes narratives, boy.
It's powerful. Because if you look at all the sports shows, you got the same 4 or 5 talking heads on TV all day, every day.
Yep.
And if for instance, half of them don't like Westbrook.
Don't like Westbrook. Don't like Cam.
So what you think? What you think the fans gonna say? What you think how the fans gonna feel?
Yeah,
that is what it is.
Last NFL topic before we move off of football. What do you got to say to the players who are butthurt about their Madden ratings?
Shut the fuck up and go play real football.
All right, cool. Let's move on to the NBA.
No, every fucking year I almost said something I wasn't supposed to say on the air. But every year they bitching about their Madden ratings.
I told you on the side. I guess I never paid it no mind. I didn't know this shit was that big. They like really mad about this.
They had an E60 on the other day about the dude that comes around to each camp and how players be approaching him like, yo, my rating, y'all need to fix this. And I'm like, these are the same dudes that be telling fantasy football players, fuck y'all, during the season.
It's the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, come on. And what really grinds my gears about it, they update the fucking rankings every
During the
week.
season. Yep. It ain't like back when we was playing Madden 92 and the shit is what it was. No.
Right, whatever it came out, that was it until the next one came out. You know, if you was a 75, you just gonna be a 75. You know, they update this shit every week. Go out there and ball, prove you a 95, and some of them are asking for ridiculous rankings. Why my speed ain't 99? What?
Yeah,
stop. You know,
game.
So you know it's a video game.
Yeah,
Calm down.
Video game. Damn, I just aged us. I said we played Madden 92. All right, let's move on.
Madden 92 was hard though.
Yes, it was. All right, let's move on to a little bit of basketball before we get up out of here. Don't let me forget. I want to get your take on Manny once we're done with this basketball. Pacquiao got it done this past weekend. All right, the last bit of basketball news we had. Well, we got a few little stories, but Westbrook finally got traded. I can't say finally. The shit took a week. Once they got rid of Paul George, the Oklahoma City Thunder traded Russell Westbrook to Houston for CP3. I want to say the day before this trade, I went on Twitter and said, this trade makes no sense unless they get CP3. Why would you make the trade otherwise? And it went that way. So,
I mean, that was really the only way to make it work, right?
Right. I mean, they were talking about throwing little pieces here and there. I'm like, but if they're on the same team, the three of them, that shit ain't going to work. That's not. One ball, the three of them? Nah. That wasn't going to work. So, shout out to Oklahoma City for hitting that reset button, getting all them damn draft picks. You got to do something with it. But we've said it time and time again. The luxury tax is for winners. There is no fun in paying $300 million a year in salary and luxury tax if y'all getting knocked out in 5 games in the playoffs. I mean, I know y'all selling hot dogs at the playoff game. Y'all selling beers and shit. But that owner got to cut that additional check before the 1st of July for like $50 million. No.
Right. I mean, this was a blessing in disguise for OKC. Like I said, they made the playoffs last year, but they had, 2 home games?
Did they have 2? They only won. They lost in 5, didn't they?
Yeah, so they guaranteed at least 2.
No, they got those 2. Yeah, they got those.
I wish they would bring the best out of 5 back for the first round, like it used to be.
You gotta win and take everything seriously.
Yeah, I would like the NBA want to change some shit around. Look into that. Look into that first round being 5 games, 5-game series. But anyway, not to get too far off the topic. What was the topic?
One number that sticks out to me when I'm looking at these 2 cats numbers: 73 games for Westbrook, 58 games for Chris Paul. That number sticks out. Chris Paul can't stay on the court.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and I ultimately, I don't know how much is going. I don't think it makes them. Westbrook is better than Chris Paul because he's younger, he's more athletic. He gonna be able to do a little bit more. How it actually gels and if it actually makes them a better team overall, I really can't see.
Nope. I didn't realize CP3's shooting percentage was lower than Westbrook's slightly, but I don't know how that works this year.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see. Especially, who gonna play out the ball?
Right. It makes sense for Harden to play off the ball because he can shoot. It makes sense. Westbrook can't shoot. You can't stand him in the corner and say, "All right, dog, we're waiting on you."
Yeah, not at 32% from 3.
Nah, you being generous. 29.
Just 29. Oh shit!
Yeah.
He ain't even 30.
He ain't even 30, cuz 29%. 29% from 3 and 65% from the free throw line.
Westbrook?
Yes. 65.
That's worse than LeBron.
65.6 this past year from the free throw line.
That's worse than LeBron.
Yeah.
Are they around the same?
Yeah, I think it's close.
LeBron. Well, I think LeBron is closer to 70. But
so the ball got to be in his hands. It got to be.
And then you got Coach Open Gym, a.k.a. Mike D'Antoni. That's the real problem in Houston. I know we keep saying that show after show after show.
Nobody listening to us, but yeah, that's real. He is the problem. He is.
So you mean to tell me you're going to have Coach Open Gym again, just rolling the ball out and figure it out, or whatever happens. And it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting in the regular season. They probably win 50 games. 45, 50 games. when the playoffs come around, it's gonna be the same shit.
Westbrook got to be in the gym, cuz.
It's gonna be the same shit.
He has to be shooting jumpers in the gym. He has to. If he's shooting 29% again, they're fucked right now.
Well, one thing I've learned about NBA players, once you get after like year 7, 8, it is what it is. At that point, ain't really no more growing your game. You may add, some things. You may add a little post move. You may add something. But as far as shooting percentages and all of
change it up.
Nah.
All right, now let's move this thing on out. All right. Apparently nobody wants to play Olympic basketball this summer.
Fuck that shit.
Apparently nobody wants to play.
Yeah, we not. Yeah,
9 dudes dropped. 9. I ain't run the 9.
That's it?
Yeah, it's 9, but this is the current roster I have listed on our sheet. These dudes can beat Spain, right?
All right, so let's see what we're working with. So we got Donovan Mitchell, Kemba Walker, Kyle Lowry, who just came off a thumb procedure, if I'm not mistaken.
Why is he doing?
Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Chris Middleton, Jason Tatum, Kyle Kuzma, Harrison Barnes. A lot of damn wins. Who the fuck is going to board? Julius Randle, Thaddeus Young. Okay.
Drummond going to get all the boards. Him and Turner.
Drummond, Miles Turner. Kevin Love said hell no today.
Yeah, he dropped.
Fez is not going to get you but 3 boards because he at the top of the key.
Yeah.
PJ Tucker's on the Olympic team.
PJ Tucker's going to drop if all them other dudes from Houston drop. So that's any day now.
PJ Tucker's on the Olympic team.
Who else they going to get?
PJ is it damn it? Oh shit. And Paul Millsap.
Out there some Olympic Jordans, them 92s.
Oh no! Oh, Kick Gang gonna be fresh.
You know it's gonna be the shit.
Can they beat Spain?
If Spain send everybody, can they beat Spain?
It's gonna be close.
Got to bring in Melo.
It's gonna be close.
Bring in Olympic Melo.
It's now, and I want to say you said it on us in the fellas chat that it'll be competitive since
I'll watch the games this year.
Since we ain't bringing the big dogs, but
why is Boston sending damn near their whole starting lineup?
Those are the next best players in the whole league, I guess.
It's a lot of dudes in the NBA, and they sending their damn near their whole starting lineup.
Well, Boston. I mean, the team don't get to choose. They got a pool of players, and they pull from that. They just happen to have.
Danny Ainge could be on the back end, like, hey, let me holler at you.
I mean, he very, he could. But maybe he's trying to figure out some things too, because
that's kind of like a training camp, right? They can play together.
Yeah, and they're young.
That's 4 dudes from their starting lineup right there. They can play together, and that'll help their chemistry.
I forgot about Kemba. Yeah.
So we're not sure they can beat Spain though.
They should be able to. I mean, I don't know who's playing for Spain's national team right now or any of these other international teams. I typically don't watch the World Championships. Well, no, I'm not gonna say that. I haven't watched it in a few years. I used to watch it all the time, but lately I haven't. Well, it's called the World Cup now, so
yeah.
I'll tune into it, but I mean, this shit coming on during football season, during the beginning of football season.
I think that's the problem because that shit starts later this year than normal.
I would say normally this shit is out of the way by the time football rolls around.
Right. They're saying that by the time this is over, the next week they're supposed to report for camp.
Right, because the NBA season is now pushed up a little bit.
Yeah. That would be – I kind of see their point with this. I'm supposed to go out there and mess around with these Euros, and then I'm supposed to go play real ball. There's no time off.
We're not winning this tournament. Now that I think about all that, you say all that, we ain't winning this tournament. Because why am I go out here and fuck around and no, something's going to happen.
Bronze at least?
Huh?
We're going to get bronze at least, right? That's 3rd place.
I mean, we'll medal.
Okay. If we don't medal, that's going to be a problem. They're going to be shitting on that.
It could. I mean, they will, but at the same time, like I said, next year, everybody's geared up for next year. Tokyo 2020.
Oh, yeah. They're going to go. Braun going to go next year for that.
Braun, KD may be back. Clay, Steph, Harden, Westbrook.
So everybody getting beat by 50 next summer. We're going to take the L.
Kawhi Leonard. I was gonna say this shit doesn't matter because this
we
is
ain't
only
worrying
going.
about a seed next year because we good. We bringing everybody.
We already in. The only thing that this can do is make the ass whipping next year worse. Because if you beat us this year, Big Dogs is like, all right, we'll see y'all next year.
Yeah, you're gonna load up. You're gonna tool up.
You know, LeBron will be going into year 17, still dunking on cats. We can't figure out why.
Yeah, can't figure out why. Yeah. I don't know though. Bronny looked good on that. Yeah, Bronny almost took that boy's soul today. So maybe that's in their genes. Maybe. Yeah. All right, let's get ready to close this thing out. All right, the owners had a meeting last week in Vegas, and they were butthurt in regards to what happened with free agency that's about 3 weeks ago. And they're trying to figure out ways to make changes. Spoiler alert, y'all let the genie out the bottle. If these cats are taking less money and less years, fuck can y'all do? What can you do? You gonna go back to 7-8 year contracts? Cool. They're gonna say, nah, I want 3 with a player option.
And the union ain't going for that 7-8 year contract.
Michelle Roberts came out and said that like last week. Like, no, we ain't going backwards.
But think about it.
You think they can do something like the franchise tag? I keep thinking that's gonna show up at some point. But the players gotta vote it in.
I'm about to say the players union gotta vote it in. This ain't the NFL.
Yeah.
The players got all the leverage.
They got all the leverage here.
You know, there is no reason for them to even go down a franchise tag or something like that. There's no need to go down that road at all. Yeah. So I don't know what they do. Now I know a lot of talk is in regards to, you know, the tampering, because it was like a total of $2.6 billion given out within the first 24 hours of free agency. And like, how the hell can that happen? You can't talk before this deadline. I mean, the start line. We already know what's happening. So when they're talking about making or addressing current free agency rules, I'm thinking they're just going to start eliminating shit like that because it doesn't serve
anyway. They were like, when the season's over, everybody can talk. Just do it that way.
I think it's going to be more cosmetic changes than actual changes that are actual functional or actually changing anything. I think it's going to be more of that.
This is about to be harsh what I'm about to say, but some of you owners need to really understand this. Memphis ain't LA. Utah ain't New York. What's another one? Orlando ain't LA.
I mean, it's just not.
Y'all not going to keep these cats. I don't care how much money you got. You're not going to keep them in these places. Yeah. You just got to own it. It's just what it is. Take that first 4 to 5 years, keep it at that, keep it moving. Whatever they do with these rules, that ain't gonna change geography. I'm sorry, it's not.
No, so, it's not. Now, the only thing that could possibly change it is if Zion turns out to project out like a LeBron did, because Cleveland went shit. We saw what LeBron did for Cleveland while he was there. When he's gone, no. Same thing with New Orleans. Now, we know that these cats, they normally take that first bag, right? They normally take the extension right off the bat. At some point, again, we talk about precedents. Somebody's going to start turning this shit down.
Yep. You know, they're going to take that qualifying offer for that sucker money so they can be unrestricted the next year.
And be gone.
You know, I know people like to shit on LeBron James. Y'all talk a whole lot about him. That Taco Tuesday shit's funny. I don't give a damn at this stage today, right now. I don't give a damn what he does going forward basketball-wise. That boy's on Mount Rushmore for what he did with player empowerment in the NBA.
Absolutely. It's we talk about Michael Jordan, and to a lesser degree, and not to diminish it or anything, because he had actually a big part with the how we see players now as far as all the tattoos and headbands and everything with Iverson.
Right.
Culturally, what Michael Jordan did for the game of basketball and what he changed, you know, black shoes, black socks, the big baggy shorts from them little booty cutter shits that they was wearing.
Yeah.
These are the things outside of just playing on the court that make you an icon or a legend. And with the player empowerment thing, LeBron is at the forefront of that. Chris Paul's a
Tell me
little
if
angry
I'm wrong.
asses.
Did we ever hear player option before LeBron? I don't remember.
I don't. I know it was there, and LeBron is getting the credit for it, but let's not forget that Tim Duncan was doing these deals very quietly.
But they weren't player option deals. They was 3-year maxes. Okay. He was getting all the money for 3 years, but there was no 2-1. I think Bron was the first one with that player option.
Yeah, I mean
that everybody's getting now.
And that'll be something to go back and research. Because, the deals were a lot longer back then, 7 and 8 years. So, I don't know if maybe they had a player option toward the end of those deals. By the time you got to the end of a 7-8 year deal, that player is pretty much done anyway.
You're old and flabby like Larry Holmes.
That's it. And then with the money not being as big as it was now, if it was there, I can see why we didn't really hear about it a lot. But now, I'm damn. Now that I think about it, we forgot to bring this up. So word is on the street that Miami didn't make the trade because they wanted Chris Paul to give up $45 million player option on his last year. Y'all fucking retarded.
What did I tell you the other week? We were talking on the side. I said Chris Paul should tweet out right now. In case y'all wondering, I'm activating my player option 3 years from now tonight. Right now.
Walking away for $45 million
at 34 right now. Is he 34, 33, 34 right now? And
right.
Y'all really stepped to him? If he was going to give up 44, the most they can probably promise him was 20. I ain't giving y'all $20 million, and we ain't even going to win the East. The fuck? We going to win the East to go face LeBron or Kawhi? Come on, man.
Might not win the division.
Right. Exactly. Come on. So, yeah, LeBron goes on that. That's a good bit of homework, though, to look into see if that player option was out there before. Because it really just seems like, everybody's praising Kawhi, and I'm not shitting on Kawhi. Kawhi followed LeBron's playbook. Like, the whole playbook.
All these players. Look at KD. KD's out of Golden State right now because he had player option after 2 years. It's smart. It keeps your options open. It keeps your options open. Keeps everything flexible, and it puts your foot on these teams' necks to make sure that
they get better or I'm out.
Exactly. That's why it's very funny to me. And everything that's just taking place, I can see it down the road that it's going to crumble. That's why it's funny to me to hear Giannis keep talking about, I'm here to stay forever and I'm not going to jump teams, blah, blah, blah. He sounds just like Kevin Durant did when
Cat said that same shit the other day. I'm so happy in Minnesota. Man, stop. You happy until you're not.
Yeah.
Just that simple. Just that simple. So now this we're gonna talk about Zion real quick. Steve Kerr sounds like a real sucker to me on this here.
Why does he keep talking?
I think he sounds like a sucker to me on this whole thing about AD because everybody done got better, and y'all not like the prohibitive favorites going forward.
He don't know what to do, right?
He don't know what to do. Talking about it's bad for the league. We'll see how that plays out. Everybody wants to stay there, but so everybody's supposed to just keep losing to y'all and just not try to get better. Man, look. But you see that shit he said, but he ain't say nothing about when they traded Iggy and what's that boy, the other one? Sean. Now they were old cats, but these are foundational pieces. Y'all got them out there to help yourselves. But didn't he say something about when you sign a contract, you're supposed to honor it? Man, fuck you. He just irks me sometimes. God, he irks me sometimes.
Sorry, dude. You can take that mentality to the NFL. That shit work over there.
It works over there. Yeah. It doesn't work
here. It doesn't. And to sit up here and say that the Anthony Davis and to call him out by name is even more suckerish. But to say that is what ruined the league. I'm sorry. For the last 4 or 5 years, and I'm a true basketball fan, so I was still watching. I didn't give a fuck whether y'all the favorites or not. I'm watching to see whether y'all going to live up to that or lose.
Right.
That ruined the league more than what we got going on now, because now, guess what? For the first time in a long time,
I don't know who's going to win the title next year.
We don't know what the fuck going to happen next year.
Nope.
So you tell me what's better.
And I like how he put in there trying to cover himself. Live through your contract, be a free agent. He tried to cover themselves because they got KD as a free agent. The more he talks, the more I want them to lose. the more I want them to lose. And I became somewhat more of a fan of them in this finals last year because they was hurt. But then you come back with this shit because people tooling up trying to win. Yeah, he's just a sucker.
You know what I'm saying? The players, I still like the players, you know. But him, I was always, I ain't gonna say on the fence. I didn't think he was a bad coach by any means. I think he's a good coach.
Hasn't he got his ass kicked in the finals a lot coaching though?
I just don't think he's on this Greg Popovich, Phil Jackson level that people want to put him. No, he's not on that level to me.
All right, let's run this thing out real quick. Yesterday Zion got $75 million, and you jumped in and was like he got robbed. I was looking at it. I was looking at it like, damn, that's $75 million. But then I thought about it. I was like, well, shit. Kawhi turned down $5 million a year, and Kawhi don't talk. He don't talk. Ain't got no social media, nothing. And he's only making $5 million more than a cat who don't talk. Zion's a star. I was like, okay, you might be right. Yeah, he kind of got screwed. Did Piss Eyes win again?
Man, Piss Eyes always wins. Okay, we're talking about Michael Jordan, people. Like I said, even when I made that statement on our chat, I was like, look, man, I ain't shitting on 75 mil. 75 mil is 75 mil. But when you look at it, it's like, wait a minute. So 10 mil a year, okay. Now they saying it's the highest per year of any rookie. Right. But I ain't looking at that. That's how you camouflage what's really going on.
Right.
I'm looking at the star, like you said, the star that Zion is.
Right now.
I don't give a fuck if that shoe look like whatever, like throw up.
They're going to buy it.
They're going to buy it because it's Zion.
Yep.
Okay? So the money that he's going to bring to Jordan Brand is going to be more than any of these other athletes that Jordan Brand has. You know what I'm saying? They've got Chris Paul. They got Paul George. They got Russell Westbrook.
Paul he ain't with them. He with Nike. He got his own shoe.
That's right. He left. I'm sorry. He was like, no, you're right.
They got a lot of old wash dudes. Blake Griffin washed. Chris Paul washed. Melo washed.
Okay. He going to outsell all of them combined probably.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the money that he's going to –
the list you dropped, D. Rose making more money. Steph making more money. It was somebody else you mentioned was making more money.
D. Rose is making 11. Steph is making 12. Dame Lillard is making like 11. James Harden is making 14.
Adidas is giving the bag. I'm surprised he didn't go with Adidas.
But tell me when you seen somebody with any of their shoes on.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't pick James Harden's shoe out of a lineup if you put it in front of me.
I couldn't either.
You know what I'm saying? Now I can pick out that Air Christian Mingle. That Steph. I can pick that.
Trash.
They actually getting a little bit better. But
I'm thinking after tonight, we're done with basketball for a while. Nothing big is left out there. Bradley Beal, I guess we'll talk about when he tell Washington to kiss his ass next week. Well, he don't take that $111 million. But that's not it.
Yeah, and if Chris Paul gets traded, which it doesn't look like it's going to happen right now. So
basketball's put to rest.
That's it. We got the World Championships coming up. That's it. Football season, baby. Pigskin. What division we gonna talk about next week before we get up out of here?
I gotta figure it out.
One of them garbage divisions.
Yeah. Well, we can go AFC. Well, we can go NFC at this point. We can go NFC East.
Yeah, we had to come back in light for y'all since we had been off on vacation. So we had to come in with a layup with the AFC East, you know.
And that shit was a straight log. All right, let's talk about this boxing match that happened.
It was, but we missed a couple of them because we didn't know some names that we should have known.
But what do we expect to happen? I can close my eyes right now and say some kind of way New England's gonna win that division next year. Some kind of way.
That's true. So,
all right, let's talk about this fight before we get up out of here. Manny Pacquiao beat Keith Thurman. That's his name, right? Last week. Now I text you. I say, "Hey, dog, was this legit?" He's like, "I fell asleep. I ain't watched that shit." So apparently we thought you're a boxing guy, so you must have thought this was gonna go the other way.
I thought Keith Thurman was gonna win. Now apparently Manny Pacquiao put on some vintage Manny Pacquiao performance.
Looked like he whooped his ass.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go back and watch the fight. Now Keith, looking at the CompuBack numbers, you can tell by the looks of their faces because Keith Thurman's face was pretty beat up, but he light skinned. Yeah. But he actually landed more punches than Pacquiao. Now I did see about 2 2.5 rounds of the fight because I turned to it late, and because Thurman got knocked down in the first round.
Yeah, that's not good.
You know, and I think I saw like rounds 3 and 4, something like that. So I'm gonna go back and look at it, so I can't really give a total opinion. But it just goes to show that maybe Keith Thurman, and I know he was talking a whole lot during the week. That should have been a red flag there. But he was talking a lot about Floyd Mayweather. Like, no, you fight Manny Pacquiao. He's like,
he was looking ahead for that bag.
Is your focus where it should be? Because Floyd not gonna fight him.
All I wanted to happen at the end, I wanted Manny to grab the mic and sing in the ring.
Yeah, but this Floyd and Manny Pacquiao 2 fight,
I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it, and don't waste our time going down that rabbit hole.
Them dudes was old.
Just don't. I mean, they going back and forth on Twitter, and I don't understand how a dude that can't fucking read and a dude that don't speak fucking English good are going in a written verbal war.
that paragraph that Floyd posted, he ain't typed that shit.
No,
he ain't typed that shit. I read that today. I was like, he ain't typed this shit. No way, no how.
not at all. But right. It is what it is. I would like to see, I guess now, maybe Terrence Crawford and Pacquiao. Errol Spence is another name that's out there. But I think
does he not do the mandatory rematch with Thurman? Or was it that convincing to where he ain't got to fight him again right now?
Well, it wasn't convincing. Like I said, I didn't see it, but it was a split decision. So it was a close fight. So maybe we do get a rematch. I don't know. You really can't tell in boxing sometimes. Yeah, you really can't tell. But I think how it would have went if Thurman would have won, we would have been looking at a Keith Thurman Errol Spence Jr. fight,
right?
Coming up, and then maybe the winner of that taking on Bud Crawford. Gotcha. But now who knows what's going to happen? But I'm thinking I want to see at least Bud Crawford, Manny Pacquiao. That's what I want to see next.
Gotcha. All right, man. Hey, you graded out well today after 2 weeks off. Graded out well.
I got these cups in my hand because I promise you, before we started recording, I was like, man, I don't feel like doing this shit.
I get you. Tequila got me through this. That was my co-host.
The energy was not high, before I came on. But, once we get to talking and yapping, it all falls in the line just like it always does. So
absolutely.
Always good. It's always organic. That's what makes this what we are. Uncle, hey, we finna get up out of here, baby. Tell these people where to reach you at on social media.
At ReK6000. Holla at me. I talk sports.
All right. You can find me. I'm at Diego Barish. I'm on Twitter as well at Diego Barish. Also, check us out on the AA Sportscast Twitter, Facebook, and IG page. Don't forget to check out the Facebook page that we have, YouTube, podcast platforms, either iTunes or Spreaker. I think I was supposed to do that at the beginning of the show. I didn't do it. But shout out to the Urban Arena crew as well. Get With It Sports, Big Q and them. Matter of fact, I think they're recording right now. They recorded earlier because they usually do Wednesdays and they division breakdowns too. So go check out Team Boyd TV. They're on Twitter and Facebook as well. And shout out to Kane and Ice and that crew over there as well. We are AA Sports, though, baby. This is straight sports, no motherfucking chaser. We'll be back next week with another NFL camp division breakdown. Y'all
NFC East next week. Let's go.
Ooh, real sexy with the NFC East. You never have enough storylines with the NFC East, so that should be good.
We may not know a lot, but I do believe that. Well, I can't say that. It could be Washington or the Giants. One of them going to finish last, but we're out.
And there you have it, baby. For your boy, Uncle Hate, for your boy, Diego Barish again, AA Sports, baby. Straight sports. No goddamn chaser. We up out of here. Y'all be good till next week. Peace.